Hi guys. So in this video we actually already covered right maps and slices in Golang. So in this video we will starting with some of the interesting DSA problems so that we can get the clear understanding of the Golang concepts such as maps and slices and also like the functions. So the first problem we are doing is counting frequency of the array elements. So this is really an interesting problem of the maps. We already covered the maps in the previous video. So what is the problem? I am using this website called Geeks for Geeks for the questions, and we are going to implement these solutions in Golang. So let's first understand the problem, and then we will use the Golang. So what is the problem? The problem is given an array which may contain duplicates, print all elements and their frequencies. So basically, what is the problem? So we have an array. In this, we have the some integer values. So we need to just count the like how many times these values occurs in the array. So basically, the frequency of the elements. For example, let's say we have this array. So let me just copy this, and we can move to our terminal. So for now, here we can write. So we have this array, right? So in this array, like we have the 10 first, right? The frequency of 10 is 1. Then like how many times 10 is there? 1, 2, 3. Then the frequency of 10 is 3. And we can also similarly count to 20 also. 1, 2, 3, 4. So frequency of 20 is 4. And similarly we can count the frequency of 5 as well, right? So frequency of 5 is 1. So this is the question, right? You can also try this for this input. So what is the logic we can use to solve this problem? So let me just go to terminal. So there is a very simple approach. We are going to use a map. And how we can use the map here? So let me just try to run the algorithm. So like we can just run a loop on this array. Like first at the index 0, right? We will see, right? This we already created this map. Okay, and here we will see, right? First we see this 10, and we will check in the map, is 10 is there? No, 10 is not there. So what we can do is we can just put 10 and put this frequency of the 10 as 1. Then we have the value 20. So for 20 also we can just put the frequency as 1 because 20 is not there. Then at the index 2 we again have the 20. So now we have the 20 again. So we can, what we can do is if the element is already there, we can just increase the frequency of this element. Similarly for 10 also we can increase the frequency. Again 10 is there, we can just increase the frequency. Now 5 is there, 5 is not there, right? 5 is there in array but not in the map. So we can just increase the frequency as 1. And for 20 again we can increase the frequency as 3, right? But we already missed this 20, right? So we also need to add the frequency of this 20. So 20 is 4 times. So this is very simple algorithm we need to implement, and like we are going to implement this algorithm in Golang so that we can get the clear idea about the algorithm. So let me just start doing this algorithm. So this is the last video we covered. This is exist or not. So let me just remove this. Yeah. So first we need input, right? So for that we can use a slice here, right? So ARR, and then we can make a slice of integer, and we can just put this array elements. Yeah, yeah. So we declared the slice. Now we also need a map, right? In the last video we covered, right, how to create a map. So I am going to create a map of frequency map, and this is of it- we need to use a mac, and this is type of int, right? We need to have the type values are also int and frequencies are also int. So we can create a map of int and int. Now, what is the next step in our algorithm? We just need to run a loop for this array, or what you can call in Golang is slice. So I just wrote the one for loop, yes, right, and it will return right index and value from the array, and we need to use the range keyword, right? We already cover all these things in the previous videos. Uh, we need index, right? We need index? No, we don't need, right? We are not going to use the index here. So we are just going to use the value. So I just put it the underscore here. In the last video also we covered this, right? How to use underscore. Now what I need to check is I need to check whether this value is there in the frequency map or not. And how we can do that? It is very simple, right? In the last video we covered this. I need to just put down the value, right? And it will return two things, right? First is the value. For that I am just putting underscore and is exist. Yeah. So it will give right me like whether this element is there or not, right? So now we have the two condition, whether this value is there, else it is not there, right? So what is the our algorithm? If the value is not there, it is first time, then what we can do is we can just put to this value, right, frequency is 1. And if it is already there, right, then what we need to do is we first need to get this value from the map. So we can just use this simple syntax we already covered. So it will like for 20, right, it will just put the value as 1. Again when we are getting this 20, it will return me right this value as 1. Now what I can do is I can copy this line and just put this, right. So whatever is the count, we can just increase 1, right. So this will like calculate all the values of the frequency, and now we can just print this map, right. And we have the frequency map, right. So we will also dry run this for one example. So let's first open the terminal and run this go run main.go. Yeah, so it is working, right? For 5, we are getting the 1 frequency. For 10, we are getting the 3 frequency. And for 20, we are getting the 4 frequency. So, like similar to other languages like Java and Python, we can also use Golang to solve the problems. Logic is same, only the syntax is changed, right? So, we can also dry run this for second example. So, it is 10, 20, and 20. So, let me just remove this. Yeah, and let me just try to run it again. So what we are expecting now is 10 as 1 and 20 as 2. Yeah, yeah. So we are getting this, right? So it will work, right? And we can also dry run this. Let me just dry run once. So like first we created this empty map, then we are just going through the each and every element of an array. So for first it will return right false, so it will just add the frequency of 10 as 1. Then again we are at 20, right? So it is exist is false in this case also. So we are going to get in the else part, and it will print the frequency as 1. Now we are again getting 20, right? So here it will return true, right? And if it is true, then in the count what we are getting is 1, and we are just increasing the frequency by 1 and again assigning this. So we got the our required answer. So I hope you enjoy this video. So from the next video we will start about the functions in Golang. So till then, bye bye.